Puppet Steve here with a very short video, and I wanted to share this with you because I think it's really cool, these figures that I found on the internet. But one of my fans here, Katie O'Brien, sent me this link that I think is really neat because when I clicked on it, it took me to this page right here on Reddit, which contains, whoa, brand new pictures of Funko figures. Well, that's what I thought at first, because when I clicked on this picture right here, whoa, it showed me a highly detailed picture of a Mangle figure. And at first I thought, oh man, these are some new figures that are coming out from Funko. How did I miss these? Because about 2 weeks ago, well, we had another leak of all those figures that are supposed to come out in the very next set, like Glamrock Foxy, Glamrock Chica, Montgomery Gator, the new Wolf Girl, and the newest Afton. So, of course, when I saw this picture, I was like, oh yes, another leak, and this time we're getting Mangle? Well, it's about darn time. But unfortunately, when I started looking at the comments, I found out that this was just some fan art that was made by this person named All Cute. Oh man, and I guess this was supposed to be based off the Security Breach video game. And unfortunately, even though it's a fan edit, it really makes me want one officially made by Funko. I'm not sure why they haven't made one yet because this would be a perfect figure to put out there. Oh man, it's all kinds of creepy. And of course, if we take a closer look at this picture right here, oh, it makes me want one even more. I'm not sure how this person photoshopped this together, but they did a great job. First of all, look at that foxy head. Oh, it looks great. We got the one eyeball over here, and we got all those teeth just gnarling and looking all spooky, and the ears are great too. Got the animatronics popping out of the skin. Gotta love that. And over here, check it out. We got the other animatronic head that's creepy. It's got nothing on it. And down below, we've got that cool body. And I gotta say, this looks so real. I mean, how they do this? With the little parts just weaving in and out. That's pretty cool. Then down below, we've got the 3 legs. Like I said, they did a great job on this image. And it's a shame because the only version of Mangle that we've gotten so far by Funko was that mystery mini guy. And he was super hard to find. But yep, he was highly detailed as well. So well, at least we got this guy. And wait a minute. If we look at the head of this mystery mini, looks the exact same as the one on the picture there. Yeah, so that's where they got that image. So, yep, it's the same exact, and I can't get this in focus here, but, yep, it's the same exact head that they used for the image. Cool. Wonder where they got that foxy head from. I'm not sure, but, it is a pretty cool looking figure, if I do say so myself. So good job, Al Cutie. You did a great job on this figure. And of course, if we go back here to this previous page, she also made another one here of Toy Freddy, so let's click on this link. And I gotta say, this is a really cool figure too. Looks just like Toy Freddy with the red rosy cheeks. And with this picture, well, I can really tell where they got the pictures from. Looks like they took a picture of Rockstar Freddy here and mixed it with the original Freddy. Because if we look at the Rockstar Freddy here, he's got those cheeks. And as for the other body parts, well, they took them off the original from the very first articulated line that they made. So yep, again, here's another figure that they haven't officially made, but boy, I would just love to have. And of course, a lot of you guys have been asking me, hey, whatever happened to that list, Puppet Steve, that you submitted to Funko? Well, I did submit it. They have gotten it, and that was about a month ago. And I did put the Wizards at the very top of that list in all the categories of articulated figures and mystery minis. So I'm hoping they start picking from it in the next couple of months here. And people keep asking, well, hey, Puppet Steve, when are we going to start getting these figures? And of course, you got to remember, when you're making action figures, it takes a lot of time to go from ideas on paper to actual figures that you hold in your hands. Because you have to sculpt them, you have to plan the waves out, and then you've got to preview them. And then, of course, the final stage is approving everything through Scott, because, well, he's the final guy that gets the approval on those things. So if he doesn't want the figure to be made just yet, well, it's up to him. But yeah, I put a bunch of figures on that list. I think there's about 20 figures that I listed in every single category, starting with the Wizards. I wanted to see a bunch of characters from the Pizzeria Simulator line, so I included those. I included William Afton in his glitch trap outfit. I really want a figure of that. And one thing I did add is I told them I want a playset. You guys need to make a playset of that stage. So I'm really hoping they'll listen to old Puppet Steve here and make a playset of that stage, because that would be awesome. But as for other characters, boy, I can't remember everything I put on that list, but I remember I put the Frost version of Freddy on there, and I remember everybody wanted the Wizards, so I put the Wizards on there, and just, a bunch of stuff that they missed. So I think you'll be pleasantly happy if they start cherry picking from that list, because I did a really good one, and I just hope they get to everybody. All right, kids, so there's the update, and there's the super cool pictures. I hope one day Funko really does make a figure of Mangle here, because that would be fantastic. I really want one. I know you kids want one. And if we get one, it'll probably look something like that. So, yep, until then, well, we've got this crazy fan art picture for us to go, oh, man, make that guy. All right, kids. Well, we'll have some more Five Nights at Freddy's stuff coming soon. So make sure you stay tuned to this channel. All right, kids, so as you know, about a month or so ago, Scott Coffin released this really cool picture of the next Five Nights at Freddy's game, which is supposed to be called the Pizzaplex. And from this picture, well, we can speculate what the next game is going to be about. Looks like this game is probably going to take place in a big, huge shopping mall that looks like it's in the 1980s style, but of course will take place after the last game. And the most interesting thing about this poster is that, well, we've got 4 characters that are shadowed and silhouetted. And we can kind of figure out who some of these people are. Look at that, we got Freddy Fazbear right there, we got Chica over here, and then we have 2 newcomers, this guy right here, and then over here we've got this girl-looking thing. So you have 2 new characters to add to our roster. And then, of course, people also picked up this person right here who is silhouetted in the background, who is called Vanny, who's supposed to be the next William Afton-type villain character in the next video game. Now, people think this is going to be the new Five Nights at Freddy's shopping mall that was teased in the last video game, where it says right here, coming soon, Freddy Fazbear's Entertainment. So, yep, looks like it's probably going to be that mall that looks all retro 80s style. All right, cool. Now, ever since the silhouetted photo came out, well, people have been speculating on just what these characters will actually look like. And, of course, the cool part is over the weekend, well, we actually got this picture right here, which leaks the other 2 characters on how they'll look like. Nice! And if we check down in the bottom here, we see that somebody accidentally linked this a little bit early, but this is the 16th month calendar for the year 2021. Oh man, how do you do something like that? Oh, that's funny, but I'm glad it leaked because we also get to see what the new Five Nights at Freddy character looks like too. And right there we have good old Freddy with all kinds of retro 80s looking face paint all over his body there. Oh nice, he's got blues and reds. And these crazy shoulder pads coming off his shoulders there. Oh man, this is gonna be one crazy retro wave of characters. And look at his feet too. Oh, I love it, all red. Oh, I love it. And then of course, if we look over here, well, we see that gator guy looking all cool with his little shades right there. He's got that little 80s mohawk. Oh, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like Bebop from Ninja Turtles. And he's sporting that really cool guitar. He's got shoulder pads too. So it looks like that's going to be the theme this time around, all those big old shoulder pads. And then over here, well, we've got the last character, which is that female wolf girl. And yep, she's got all kinds of retro style face paint too. That's pretty cool. We've got a piercing on her ear and that crazy hairstyle, that green haircut from the 1980s. So that's kind of cool too. And then she's got those same shoulder pads. That's really retro-y. And down here we get to see her big mane coming down her back. And what's interesting is that it kind of reminds me of the Twisted Wolf right here from that book. So yep, looks like they kind of went with the girl version of him. And what's even cooler is now we have a picture to figure out what these characters look like. And I for one can't be happier because, well, not only did we get this picture, but we also got a leaked list of characters that's supposed to come out in the next Funko line. Aw, yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. And this comes courtesy of the Funko news boards, because they love to spoil all the next figures that are coming out. And from this list, we can kind of get an inside look on what is coming up next. And it looks like all kinds of cool stuff. Look at this. We got articulated figures coming. We've got Funko plush coming. And as well as, oh yeah, all new mystery minis. So yep, we've got a whole assortment coming our way in this next wave here. And the best part about it is that, well, it tells us the name of all these characters that are coming out. So I gotta say, this is pretty darn exciting. And right off the bat here, well, the first characters we see leading the charge is Glamrock Freddy and Glamrock Chica. And yep, we saw those characters on the poster, and there they are, front and center in this line. And as you can see from the picture here, this is what Glamrock Freddy is supposed to look like. And I'm not sure what Glamrock Chica is supposed to look like, but we do have some fan art over here, which, well, kind of guesses what good old Chica's gonna look like. I'm not sure how accurate that's going to be, but yeah, that's pretty darn cool. Yeah, I could go with that. A blue beak and some face paint down the eye there. All right, cool. But all right, so those are going to be the first two characters. And then down below, well, we finally got official names for these other characters. First one being Montgomery Gator. Can't wait to add him to my collection there. And then, of course, the last character right here is good old Roxanne Wolf. That girl Wolf from the poster too. So yep, looks like we've got a really good line of articulated figures coming at you. And then we have the last one here, which is Vanny. And like I said, she is the girl rabbit that's supposed to take over the bad guy role that William Afton usually takes up in these video games. And one thing I should point out too is they'll probably get a sixth Build-A-Figure character, which all the past waves contained by all 5 characters, and you can build a 6th one. And of course, since these are the only characters we know about in this next video game, well, it could be anyone's guess on who that 6th character is going to be. And it looks like that whoever they pick for these 6 characters will probably make it into this plush line too, because it looks like we're going to get 6 pieces in all. And if I were to guess, well, I'd bet really good money on these 4 characters are at least going to be plushies. I'm not sure if Vanny's going to be that 5th plush, because they really don't make bad guys into plushie form, because we really haven't got a William Afton just yet. So they might choose other characters from the video game to fill those last 2 slots. And of course, as you know, they always do Walmart exclusives and Hot Topics exclusives. So I'm sure there's going to be more than 6 in all coming at you from this cool lineup. Okay, so last but not least, we have the mystery minis, which in the main assortment, there's going to be 12 in all. So yep, there's going to be a lot more than these 5 characters right here. You better believe it. I just wonder if there's going to be a Glamrock Foxy and a Bonnie, because, well, where are those guys at? I mean, you just can't leave those guys in the background, so you know they're going to be somewhere in here. Hey, you know what? Maybe those might be the other 2 plushies that show up too. That'd be kind of cool. But, well, at any rate, well, we do have mystery minis, and, of course, since they're such a big hot seller, you could be almost certain that we're going to get all kinds of exclusives at Hot Topic, at Walmart, and GameStop, and all those other stores because, well, they just love having all those exclusives to come at you. Alright guys, well there you go. There's my analysis of all the really cool Pizzaplex leaks that came out over the weekend. And I think I pretty much covered them all, so I cannot wait for this game to come out and the really cool figures to accompany it.